Mr. and Mrs. Smithers, appreciate the time that you've taken to meet with me again. Kevin Dunn from Best Realty. Thank you again for the opportunity to appraise your property. And I understand you have a few questions for us, so we'd like to answer those questions for you now before we have a look at the listing form. Now, the first question that you had for us is, what is market value? It's a good question. So market value is the approximate value that people are willing to pay for a particular property at a certain time. So how market value is derived is a big question. It's derived from collecting data from various sources. For example, RP data, which holds historical values of properties that have been sold. Also get information from places like the City Council and other properties that are currently on the market. For example, you can go to realestate.com.au and see all the properties that are on the market that are very similar to yours and what price people are perceived to be paying for these properties. So for your particular property, we've placed a value of approximately between 715 to 750,000, and we believe that we will be able to sell your property at that price. Now this leads us to the second question that you had. Clarify why we've given you a selling price range and not an exact price. Now for your particular property, it's a unique property. And so in your case, what we've decided to do was give you a price range and not cap it at a particular ceiling. Now, for your property, that price range is to help generate interest and attract more attention. Our intention is to try and give you the best possible price for your particular property. And so by having a festivity of buyers from between 715,000 all the way through to 750,000, this gives a hopeful high demand and low supply, one property, which allows you to lift the property value of your property and sell it for as high as you possibly can, hopefully in a bidding war. This is why we've given you a price range as opposed to an exact price. Now, for your last question that you had why do we need to add all your information to our agency database? Now, there's generally only two reasons why we collect people's information or collect your information as a property owner. The first is to send your property details to a list of qualified buyers that are currently awaiting purchasing a property. Now, if we were to do that, that would mean that there will be less marketing costs for yourselves, and we might be able to sell the property very quickly. This gives you, therefore, a quick sale and less of a cost. That's one of the big reasons. The other reason that we collect it for is to make sure that we have accurate information as we're filling out the legal forms that we need to, so that when we send them off to the lawyers to complete the sale, they'll be able to receive the correct details. Now, bearing this in mind, all this information is only kept under the current privacy law. We do not share this information with anyone else. So right now what we'd like to do is we'd like to clarify or not clarify, but confirm a few details with you. Your property is number 23 Donovan Street in Brisbane, in Queensland. It's got 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and it resides on approximately 650 square meters of land. And it is a freehold land in the Brisbane City Council. Is that correct? Great. Now it also includes 2 chattels, or two large ceramic pots containing dwarf pine trees on either side of the front door, and that is what you'd like to leave as part of the chattels. Is that correct? Great. Now if we can go through and fill out the rest of this Form 6, and if we can sign the rest of it, that'll allow us to complete the Form 6 listing authority, and we should be able to market your property from then on. Do you have any other questions? No? Great. Thank you for your time.